Praise God.
God bless you. I apologize.
Careful. Excuse me?
Apparently, the city council is organizing another collection for repairs to the fortifications.
Are they out of the bloody mines? They had 2 collections just like it already.
Are you lost?
There are still holes in the wall.
God be with you.
Sholem, are you lost? Or what would a goy want here?
Goy?
You do not know this word?
Sorry, I don't.
Then you are a goy. What do you want here?
I'm looking for Samuel.
What do you want with him?
Is that you?
There are many Samuels here. And if I'm not good enough for you, I'm afraid nobody else will talk to you.
All right. I'm looking for John of Liechtenstein. I heard you, or this Samuel, might know something about him.
I'm sure Samuel knows a lot, but I do not see why he should tell you.
It isn't just anyone looking for Liechtenstein. It'd be better for Samuel to say what he knows, if he doesn't want any unnecessary trouble.
I do not care who sent you. You will not impress me like that. We play by my rules here.
So how can I impress you?
Impressions are worth nothing. I'm only of interest to you Goyim when you need something. To you, I'm just a dirty Jew.
All right. What do you suggest?
An exchange. Something in return. I have this one problem none of my people can fix. You probably know that my people face outbreaks of hatred from time to time. A house is plundered, people beaten up, sometimes murdered. Usually it is started by some scum spreading rumors that we eat Christian babies or poison wells. They always find some excuse.
I've never heard anything like that before.
You must be deaf then. In any case, that is how it is. I have heard that such people are meeting in an old abandoned house by the wall in the mining district. I need someone to get among them, find out what they are planning, and warn us in good time.
All right, I'll do it. And then you'll tell me all about Liechtenstein.
Agreed. They usually meet at the start of the day.
At the start of the day according to my calendar, or yours?
I see you're in the know. At the start of my day, so when the first 3 stars come out.
Right, so they meet after sunset. The miners' district, an abandoned house with a small yard by the ramparts.
That's right. I reckon you can still catch up with them there today, if you get them to let you join them. Try and find out what they're planning, and then come and see me, and you'll have fulfilled your side of the deal.
You'll keep your end of the deal, I hope.
Don't worry. I keep my promises.
Wares on the market. Just come and take your pick.
I'm sorry.
Quick! 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 Ka! Quick! Da! Keep it up! Quick! Da! Quick! Go! 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 Ka! Ka! Quick! Ka! Oh! Whoa. What's that you got?
Lord be with you.
Greetings, knight. What brings you here?
I'm mourning. Can't you see?
Did someone die?
My hope. Not far from here, in Sedlets, is buried Sir Valentine. Have you heard of him?
Rings a bell. Isn't he the one who brought holy soil from Jerusalem to Sedles?
Precisely. Almost 200 years ago, Valentine accompanied the abbot of Sedlets on a pilgrimage to the Holy Land. There, in the field of Akeldama, he took his sword and dug up a handful of dirt, which he brought here and scattered over the graveyard.
Yes. And that's why you're mourning?
My entire life, I've wanted to visit Valentine's grave and see his famous sword. But now that I am here, I'm unable to go inside. I felt so humbled.
I'm truly sorry to hear that. Can I help you in some way?
I don't know, friend. Unless, what if you went to the graveyard instead of me? You could find Valentine's grave and bring the sword here.
What?
Just so I could look at it. Then you would put it back. I'd pay you well for it.
Oh, all right then. I'll do it. I'll help you. Where can I find Valentine's grave then?
It's somewhere in the church. But it's not so easy to get inside. I myself am not exactly certain where to look. Try to find Brother Morticius. I heard he's looking for help at the church. Maybe if you help him, he'll help you.
And then in turn, I'll help you.
Precisely. What is your name, friend?
Henry. And you are?
I will wait for you here, Henry. Thank you very much. What?
Quick! Ka! Easy. Nice and slow.
Welcome, sir. What can I do for you?
When is the last time you buried an executed man?
Why do you care?
I want to say my last farewell. He was a good friend of mine.
Good friend, you say? That ain't something you should be proud of.
What's wrong with it?
Because the last executed man I buried was a fucking sorcerer.
What?
You heard me. A sorcerer. When they arrested him, he had an arrow stuck in his head. But he kept on living. It wasn't no fresh wound. It was old, healed. The thing stuck out of his head like a tree branch.
he was no sorcerer. Just a regular fella who got in the way of an arrow.
Tell that to the village crones. Of course he was a sorcerer. Nobody can survive an arrow in the head. There's magic and witchcraft behind it. Even the priest said so. Good thing we strung him up right away. It could have turned really nasty. He'd send a plague upon us or something worse.
Nah, nonsense.
Are you trying to say our priest don't know what he's talking about? I ain't telling you shit. Now get out of here before I really lose my temper.
Do you have a shovel?
I do. Why?
Either you tell me what I want to know, or you can go and dig a nice deep hole for yourself. Do you understand me, you filthy corpse handler? I'm not going to repeat myself.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Let's try this again. Where's the grave?
The grave you're looking for ain't in the cemetery. Can't have witchy bastards like that lying here among decent folk.
Where can I find it, then?
If it was up to me, I'd have thrown him to the wild dogs in the forest. At least then he'd be useful for something. But a sorcerer has to be buried. So I dug a hole near the big willow tree behind the cemetery wall.
All right. Thanks.
I got 3 fucking tasks over here at the fucking grave site. That's funny.
Nothing for you. What makes a hole a grave for the dead? What makes a grave a dreamless bed? What paints our bones so pale and white?
Perfectly
Death's
normal
awful
skull.
brush.
Just lying here
In endless
staring.
night, what fills
its
people with such
empty eye
terror
sockets.
of sleep that endures?
I'll be with you, brother. Are you taking care of this chapel?
Mortitius is my name, good friend. Though all that is shall one day end. Fame and fortune are but clay. Ad honore domine.
Ah. I see. I think.
Though my eyes are old and dim, and I live apart from the world of men, I serve a cause that's good and sound. And companions have I underground.
But slow down. I can't keep up. So, you are the blind keeper of the ossuary?
You speak the truth. And now I ask, if you would help me with one task, will you help me take care of those who sleep below in eternal repose?
You need my help with something?
Christian bones in the church lie scattered. Bringing order to them is a very grave matter. If the prior should see the disarray, he'll send me packing this very day. Then what shall I do, sightless and old? Left alone in this world dark and cold, roaming the earth with a beggar's cane? Help me, dear brother, in God's holy name.
Wait a moment. So, there are bones strewn about the chapel, and you want them tidied up?
Aye, 'tis a job that some might find morbid, but fear not.
All right, then.
Arrange the bones in pyramids. Make them nicely. The third then build from arms and legs, and hear this quite a lot. But bear in mind the commandment, thou shalt not, thou shalt curses. None of the commandments rhymes with that.
Steal from others thou shalt not?
A pretty rhyme, I must admit, although you're jesting just a bit. Enough discourse now. It grows late. The task before you cannot wait.
All right, so if I understand correctly, I'm supposed to put the bones in 3 piles. Pristine skulls in the first one, the cracked ones in the second, and the third pile I build from the limbs?
As you say, so must it be. And you shall have a reward from me. To find the bones you'll be needing, though, there are 3 places you must go. But don't forget what lies beneath, and descend to the hidden space. Many bones lie there in darkness.
I see. So I should gather the bones in the...
And should any bones remain, such as ribs and spines, sweep them up.
What? I should sweep...
I better go before you think of more chores.
God be with you. Am I awake, or do I dream?
Holy shit, he just gave me a whole fucking chore.
Where does my spirit
Oh, the bag just went fucking lower. What the fuck? You got me tripping, boy.
Doing God's work sure ain't easy. What's this? It looks like some really old reliquary. What a rare find. Dust you are, to dust you shall return. And then I'll sweep you into a corner. Isn't it getting crowded in there?
Damn, my back hurts so much. Might I find a new one here? A trapdoor. Seems it leads down.
Hey! Are you intact, my dear brother?
I nearly broke every bone in my body.
Ha ha ha! There's no better place to leave your bones, and that's a fact. But they'll serve you much better inside you and intact. The place you're in is black as night. I'll throw you a torch. Let there be light. Look for bones along your way, after all. In the end, you'll have some benefit from your fall.
In the end, I'll have a benefit from my fall. Looks like it's fried snap. What the hell was that?
Fresh plaster, cross on the wall. That'll be it. Damn, the seal isn't here. Somebody got here before me. I'll have to go pay a visit to the local gravedigger. What's this? This corpse must have been lying here for several decades, but it looks like he died yesterday. God, our Heavenly Father, have mercy. Damn it! That sword isn't here. Now what? I'll take another look around here. This must be Sir Valentine. And he has a sword. Maybe I could just forge one like it, since the real one is nowhere to be found. First pyramid is done. Impressive, even if I say so myself.
Manta Marie. If I hadn't built it myself, it'd give me a scare. Just one more.
Three beautiful piles. I'm proud of myself. The old monk will be delighted. Where did that blind madman get to? He was sitting here the whole time, and now he's just vanished. I should ask if anyone saw him.
I'm looking for the keeper of the local chapel. His name's Morticius, a wispy fella. Speaks in verse. I did some work for him, but he disappeared just as he was about to pay me.
Youngster, you ought to sleep more and drink less. Otherwise, you'll come to a bad end.
What do you mean by that?
Morticius was the keeper of the ossuary, all right. Only he died before you was even born.
What? Morticius is dead?
As sure as there's a God in heaven.
But I spoke to him. He wouldn't stop babbling in verse.
For Christ's sake, old Morticius couldn't even read, let alone compose verses. Are you sure you weren't imagining it?
Very sure. I have to find him. He owes me for the work I did.
Go back to the ossuary, then. You'll find him lying in the crypt alongside the other dead monks. Wait, what did this fellow want from you, anyway?
I had to tidy up all the bones in the chapel and arrange them into pyramids.
What? You fooled around in my chapel? May the Lord protect you if you've done any ungodly business in there. Come now, show me. What in God's name? You did all this by yourself?
Well, yes.
Well, friend, you're quite the worker. What a mess this place was. I'll keep it like this. People from all over the land will come here just to see this.
Oh, that's nice and all. But I don't suppose you'll pay me for it, will you?
You suppose correctly. A job well done should be a reward enough for you.
Shit. It's him.
Yeah. Phew. I've got it.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
We've got enough to go around. And
God with you.
Roads! Budget Everything fresh.
I could go for something to eat now.
Take a guess. Quality goods.
I'm sorry.
God bless. My God, these furry mutts.
Hey! Hey! Open up! Open up!
Curwell, what are you doing, Moishe?
Foot's a capora, piece of junk. Never mind. We'll cut this shit down.
Shit ist zum Teufel!
That hit home for glory! Oh, dumb cop!
Zeig, was du drauf hast!
White cop!
Come on, then!
Wait, wait! Don't kill him!
You're gonna beg for mercy? After this?
We can make a deal. We have some of your people, we can exchange them.
Our people? What the hell are you talking about?
We caught some of them yesterday, trying to get to Liechtenstein, just like you.
No, I'm after Liechtenstein because I need to talk to him. I'm not his enemy. But if you know where he is, you better take me to him. Right now.
I have my orders. I'm not supposed to let anyone near him. Especially not someone who just beat my 2 best men. I'm not a fool.
Right.
I'll go unarmed. If that'll convince you.
I'll trust you. But in return, you have to trust me. You can't see where we're going.
All right. But no tricks.
Those are the rules.
Wait. Who is that somewhere?
We will soon find out. Let us in.
Wenches or the neighbor's daughter, any dirt you can dig up. Off you go! Oh, who have you brought now, Sam?
I'm not entirely sure. But he says he knows you, and absolutely insisted he had to talk to you.
Ah. Of course. Henry. Lord Capon of Perkstein's page. We met on my visit to Rattay. He's all right.
Lord Capon's escort. And bodyguard.
Quite. Quite. But tell me, what brings you here?
Well, that's quite a long story, sir.
Well, I've got plenty of time, and actually I enjoy long stories. You know why? Because they demand a lot of wine. Please, take a seat and tell me everything.
If I'm not mistaken, Jobst sent you to von Berkhoff with a message. How did that go?
In a word, badly.
Oh, how's that?
I hardly know where to start. I'm lucky to be alive. In any case, neither von Berghoff nor the League of Lords are planning to join Jobst.
Good God. I need a drink now. But did you manage to deliver the message in the end?
Yes, but it was touch and go.
I like exciting stories.
Well, you'll love this one then. Apart from being ambushed and almost killed, Capon ended up on the gallows for poaching.
A nobleman? On the gallows for poaching?
Well, he looked more like a tramp than a nobleman at the time. He really did have a noose round his neck, though. But it all worked out in the end.
Good gracious. But tell me, who ambushed you?
Well, that's interesting as well. Istvan Toth and some others.
What? That sneaky rat from Talmberg? He's still alive?
Not anymore.
You? Well done. Let's drink to that.
Death to the enemy.
What happened next?
Von Berghoff was attacked around the same time by the same men, so we thought we were on the same side as him. And we wanted to help him catch the bandits as a goodwill gesture.
Why didn't he catch them himself?
He tried. We found out for him that the bandits were holed up at Nabokov. When he sent his soldiers to their lair, we went with them. We wanted to be there and get Istvan.
And that's where you killed him?
No. We were nearly killed ourselves. Again.
By Istvan?
No, he wasn't there. The bandits were led by a fella who fucked us right up, and von Bergov's entire force, too. He lured us into a trap and slaughtered everyone. Me and Capon were the only survivors.
It sounds like your guardian angel never gets a moment's rest.
Yeah, there was some luck in it. But it was more that Zizka knew he could get a ransom for Capon.
Wait, Zizka? He's the one who almost killed you.
You know him?
Of course I do. Zizka is in the service of Prokop of Luxembourg, King Wenceslas's cousin.
Aye, we found that out as well.
And what the hell was Istvan Toth doing with him?
It turned out he was spying for von Bergov. But he didn't do a great job, fortunately. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
I am starting to get confused.
That makes two of us. Maybe we'll understand better if we get drunk.
You're not holding back, I see. Your health, then. After Zizka took us prisoner, it finally became clear we were on the same side. And Istvan had to flee.
So when did you kill that bastard?
Not till some time later. Just when we thought we were out of the woods and Istvan was gone, he appeared outside the walls of Nabokov again, with von Bergov and Markvart von Aulitz. Von Aulitz was on his way to Kuttenberg with reinforcements for Sigismund. And with the finger of God.
With the what?
A bombard.
Good lord!
Have you ever seen one? I hadn't, until they used it against us.
I've heard about the bombard. An infernal weapon. Then what?
We didn't have a chance. They blew the tower to pieces and took us all prisoner. They took us to Trotsky and tortured us. But with the help of a woman who works with Zizka, we managed to escape.
Zizka. That man always has a trick or two in reserve.
Thank God. While we were making our escape, I crossed paths with Toth, and finally took my revenge for everything he did.
Dull moment with you, I see. To happy endings, then. And where is Lord Capon? Or should I call him the Prince of Poachers?
Well, the most fitting thing to call him would be hostage, because that's what he is now.
A hostage?
That's right. Von Bergov took him with him. And that's why I'm here, in fact.
Your original plan went badly awry, I must say.
You can say that again.
For my part, I'm forced into hiding, as you've probably noticed. They're after me as if I owed taxes. If only I knew what Jobst would say.
I know exactly what he'd say as it happens.
You do?
I spoke to Jobst just after we arrived at Suchdal. He expressly forbade me to look for you, or try to rescue Capon.
That damned... Did he say why?
Aye. He said you can look after yourself. And as a nobleman, Capon has nothing to fear in captivity.
Jobst.
I must admit, I see his point. He has plans. He wants to take advantage of the truce while it lasts. And he doesn't want to provoke Sigismund into starting warring again. And he's probably right about Capon. Nobody's going to throw away the chance of a fat ransom, or waste a nice opportunity for blackmail.
It's true I can take care of myself, but the old schemer could at least have warned me, whatever his plans might be.
Zizka sees Jobst as a pain in the arse, too. I mean, he's not fond of him. And he doesn't approve of his plan.
Then I expect he and I will see eye to eye. Although I prefer a different strategy to braining all and sundry with a mace. Even so, what brings you to me? You didn't take this risk just to tell me what Jobst is like, or that I should carry on with what I'm doing.
No. My first concern is to rescue Lord Capon, whatever schemes Jobst is dreaming up.
And then?
And also, it's about your safety.
My safety?
You know, they tortured us. Zizka, Godwin and me. They asked about Yob's plans and about you. I'd have held out, but Godwin... He told them where you were.
Where I am? In this city, you mean? That's not such a terrible betrayal. Gutenberg is a big city. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Not that they have not tried. They almost caught you a couple of times. If it were not for my people.
That's true, of course. But I'm not going to bear a grudge. The executioner always gets what he wants. And if he hadn't, we wouldn't be talking right now.
I apologize.
No need. It's not your fault. Nevertheless, let's turn the page. Capon. How do you plan to free him?
That's exactly why I came to see you.
Oh. How's that?
Because you know how to do it. Don't you?
You have a lot of confidence in me.
Well, I don't have many options. Well then, am I right?
Sigismund confiscated the property of some burghers and noblemen in the city when they opposed him, and he divided the property up between his loyal followers. He seized Malashov Fortress from the Rutards, for instance. And didn't you say, Sam, that he gifted it to von Berkhoff?
Yes, that is so.
That was before von Berkhoff was in these parts. But if he's here now, where else would he be but in Malashov? And if von Berkhoff is there...
That's where his captive will be.
Correct. Capon is at Malashov Fortress.
Well, that's fucked then. How the hell three of us conquer a fortress, and one of us a woman?
That's a conquest I'd like to see. It would go down in history.
The history of suicidal madness.
You can't just launch an assault on Malashov. It's a strong fortress. We'll need a cunning plan.
Or long ladders and lots of men. That could be arranged, maybe.
Careful! Jobst ordered us not to stir up trouble. And this would be serious trouble. But if Capon simply vanished...
Vanished how, exactly?
I don't know yet. But like I said, Malashov belonged to the Rutards. And I'm sure they're not keen on the new tenant. I think if you pay a visit to Sir Kunslin Rutard and convince him you have common interests, he'll be happy to think up a solution with you.
Like what?
Who knows? Perhaps Lord Rutard knows of a back door into his old home, and he might not be averse to an arrangement with someone who'll help him take revenge.
Someone like you.
Well, I wouldn't get my hopes up. But it's the best we've got, and there's no harm in trying. Where can I find this Kunslin?
Sigismund seized his fortress, but, surprisingly, he let him keep his palace in the city. It's right next to the Italian court.
All right. I'll give it a go.
Once you have some news, you know where to find me. Is there anything you want to know before you go?
Come to think of it, I've no idea where we actually are.
Of course. I'd forgotten how you got here.
We're in the Jewish quarter, in the basement of the King Solomon Tavern, below my tavern. Goyim do not just wander in here, but I will tell my people you are with us.
Thanks a whole lot. All right. I'll set off now.
Good luck. It was good to see you again, Henry. And be careful. There's bound to be spies swarming around the palace. This city isn't safe.
Tell me about it. Danger is my daily bread these days. What are you doing here in Kuttenberg?
That's a good question. Jobst thinks I'm his spy.
You're not.
I gave him some information before I had to go into hiding, but it's complicated. Jobst thinks, quite foolishly I might say, that he'll be able to make a deal with Sigismund.
You don't believe Jobst's plan will work?
Trusting your own plan tends to be a big mistake. It's better to assume something will go wrong. That's why I always have at least 2 plans, and the backup includes all of Sigismund's opponents. The city is full to the brim with them. Nearly every noble house has lost some property to him. They can't do much on their own, but if they joined forces, now that could make a difference.
Why are the Jews helping you?
Because I asked them to. Most Christians avoid Jews, and probably wouldn't even think of looking for something or someone here. Besides, the local Jewish community have no love for Sigismund or von Berkov, so I don't have to worry about someone ratting me out.
They know von Berkov?
Sadly, they do. Von Berkov instigated a pogrom in Prague. Not long ago, our new king gave him his blessing. Those who survived fled here or to Kolin.
Why would he need convincing? You said he had had a serious quarrel with Sigismund.
Sigismund has made many enemies in Kuttenberg. He kicked off important burghers from the council, confiscated patricians' property, and imposed taxes and duties on them. But he's not stupid. He hasn't completely beggared anyone, so they'd still have a lot to lose if they confronted him directly.
He just made them fear him.
I'd rather call it caution, but you're essentially right. It's complicated. This isn't chess, and the lords aren't all black or white. Each of them has their own interests. Just because they can't stomach Sigismund doesn't mean they'll side with us.
So you're sending me there to find out where he stands?
You could say that. I suspect he might be inclined to ally with us, but as I said, nothing is certain. If it works out, it will be a great accomplishment. Kunzlin was respected among the former councillors. A guten Tag.
Excuse me? Pardon me. I'll be right there.
Ah, what a nice day. Old and infirm, folks will come to me for the weather forecast.
Fine ways.
Greetings to you.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Where's on the market? Come and take a look.
The church is rotten. Hear what Master Jan Hus of Prague teaches us. Priests wallow in gold, while their falsehoods and indulgences condemn all Christendom to eternal torture.
Excuse me.
Can that be right?
Something you won't believe. I've traveled the whole world, and now I will tell you the amazing...
Good day.
I have not changed my answer. I will not sell you the rights to my mines. Not today, not tomorrow, nor in 100 years. You will not get your hands on my silver.
You forget I have influential friends. If you won't sell the mines, you'll lose them. Just like Malishov. Along with your life, if you defy me.
He said, "Hold my cup."
Mind your step. Two can play that game. Did you really think that I didn't know you were stealing the royal silver, eh? When your self-proclaimed king finds that out, your head will be on the chopping block.
Seize that traitor!
Not another step.
You'll get yours too, turtle dove. What are you waiting for? Can't you see? They're threatening the Royal Mint Master!
But they don't know they got the fucking...
He's one of them! Get him! I still can't quite do that! I'll rip your arse open! I've been waiting for you! Come on! Stand up to this! We'll kick your aces, fucker! I'll kill you for that! Fuck, nicely done! Slice him up! Now I'll show you! Fuck you!
Damn. They gave me a going over. Good thing you showed up, lad.
You alright, sir? Looks like you took some hits.
It's just a scratch.
Papa! My God! You're hurt!
I'm alright. What the hell was that, Rosa?
I saved your life. Didn't you notice?
We would have been in the right if you hadn't taken the shot. Now we have the blood of the king's men on our hands. Do you have any idea what this means?
Was I supposed to let one of Sigismund's lackeys insult us in our own home?
And you thought this was a better solution?
You know what? Let's just leave it be. I don't want to argue in front of the young man here. Apologies for the mess, stranger. There aren't usually so many corpses strewn about our courtyard.
Apology accepted.
We'll call the guards and tell them what happened. That Ulrich Vavak and his men attacked us for no reason.
You think that will make them let us off the hook?
Not for free. But knowing young Plymouth, the commander of the guard, I'm sure he won't refuse my coin. But back to you, lad. Who are you? Why have you graced us with your visit?
I'm Henry of Scalitz, squire to Lord Capon of Pt.16.
Pleased to meet you. Conslin Routard. And this feisty creature here is my daughter Rosa.
Like father, like daughter.
Why did your master send you to me, Henry?
He didn't, sir. Unfortunately, he's in enemy captivity.
We're sorry to hear that.
But I plan to rescue him. And I believe you can help me with that.
We can? How?
Lord Capon is held at Malishov.
Our Malishov? I don't envy him. I was planning on fixing the roof before they took it from us. It's full of leaks. I doubt its new master will lift a finger to do anything about it. But tell me, why would I meddle in matters that don't concern me?
Well, we all stand on the same side. Against Sigismund.
That is undoubtedly true. I don't like that ginger bastard either. Especially since his people started sticking their fingers in my coffers. But to get involved in something as dangerous as freeing a captured nobleman in a territory conquered by Sigismund?
We have to do something to help. I know it's dangerous.
Dangerous? It's madness. What if somebody finds out?
Nobody will know.
You haven't been in Kuttenberg for long, have you? The walls have ears here. I'd only end up with my head on the chopping block. And I don't even want to think about what they'd do to Rosa.
That's true. As long as Vavak's breathing down our necks, we have to be careful.
Who is he, anyway?
Ulrich Vavak von Neuhaus. The new mint master appointed by Sigismund himself. He's had it in for us ever since he took over the office. He's been pressuring me to hand over my mining rights. It seems he'd like to see me reduced to a beggar. And now we've killed his men. The king's men. I'll have to reach deep into my pocket to get out of that. Like Rosa said, lad, as long as Vavak is around, my hands are tied. I'm sorry.
We'll have to untie your hands then. What should I do?
There might be something. It's obvious Vavak is getting richer than his office warrants. There are rumors going around that he's stealing the king's silver. He even uses it to mint counterfeit groschen, using a fake dye. If Sigismund were to find out, he'd have him executed at once, regardless of his noble blood.
Ah, I see. You want to blackmail Vavak?
It certainly wouldn't hurt to have something on him that would put him in his place for good. Some kind of evidence.
But how do we find it?
Some of the silver goes missing somewhere along the way to the mint. And we have to find out where.
Find out? But how? They don't let just anyone into the mines and smelting works.
You're right. Only authorized people are allowed in. Fortunately, we have an ally. My friend Pt.16. They ousted him from the Mint Master's office, but his brother Christian remained in the Italian court. He wanted to become the Mint Master himself, but because of Vavak, he had to settle for the steward's office. He hates him even more than we do on account of it.
And that's saying something.
Christian and I were just talking about his suspicions. He'd welcome any dirt you can dig up on Vavak, just as much as I would. If you go to him and ask for help on my behalf, I'm sure he'll accommodate you. I'll help you free Lord Capon in exchange for evidence of Vavak's fraud. That's fair, isn't it?
All right. It's a deal. I've already met Peter of Pisek, and I know he can be trusted. Let's hope the same goes for his brother.
Excellent. You'll find Christian and Horshan at the estate near the mines. Tell him the password, Via Argentum, the pot of silver. He'll know who he's dealing with. But be careful, both of you. This is our last chance to stop Vavak.
We'll be praying for you.
What's that? Someone's lying here. This was certainly no accident. We'd better keep an eye on this place.
There's someone lying here.
What the? Why are you lying here?
Where's that damned gravedigger? Ugh.
Hey,
It's starting
what are
to
you lying
stink.
here for?
God bless you.
You sick.
Quick!
God, go!
Whoa!
Hail Mary.
You can't just walk around the mines.
You're a Christian of Pesach?
I am. What do you need?
Kunzlin Ruthard sent me. About Via Argentum.
I see. But I'm afraid I don't have good news for Sir Kunzling. I haven't made much progress regarding the matter we discussed. I just don't have the time to investigate. I'm always needed somewhere, and there's always someone following me around.
Well, that's why I'm here. I'll help you with your investigation.
Excellent. You'd be pulling a thorn from my side. What's your name?
Henry.
All right. Listen up, Henry. Nobody can know I'm looking into it. It's a very dangerous game, but hopefully I don't need to tell you that.
Lord Ruthard mentioned something of the sort.
Excellent. Excellent. You don't happen to come from a family of miners or smelters, do you?
My father was a blacksmith.
It's a fine craft. But it won't teach you much about silver mining and processing. I'll be happy to tell you everything you need to know. Now, follow me, please. We need to talk somewhere in private. We can't talk openly here. Careful!
Come on, that was a glitch, bro. Come on.
Just wait a bit longer, all right?
Come on, dog. Bet.
Where should I start looking?
Straight to the point. I like that. We know for a fact the silver must be getting lost somewhere on its way to the mint. That means it would be best to discreetly inspect all operations and find out where the problem is. First of all, you should ask miners from every shift how many corves they mine in a day. After that, we'll compare the numbers to the mine record books and see.
But the yields aren't the same every day, right?
True. That's why we have to focus on one particular day. For example, the other day, on the Feast of St. Petronilla, Foreman Fett was beaming and bragging to me about how much he'd mined out.
Couldn't I just ask Fett?
Fett's job is to count the corves and write the amount down in the mine book. He won't tell you any other number. We're interested in what the miners themselves have to say. They've no reason to hide anything. Nevertheless, the miners are a strange bunch. They might not be very forthcoming at first, and they have an odd way of speaking. Like calling each other Sonny, however old they are. But you'll hear for yourself. You should pretend to be really interested in them, and maybe they'll open up to you. You could be a scholar writing a treatise on silver mining, or perhaps a nobleman interested in buying a mine. Or just say I'm your distant uncle who's initiating you into the ins and outs of my job. It's up to you.
Pretending to be your nephew sounds like the best option.
Suit yourself. Just don't change your story so you don't arouse suspicion. But to the point, each day 3 shifts work in the shaft. Each has its foreman, or gaffer, as they say. The first shift is led by Frank, the second by Paul, and the third by Samko. You'll have to ask each one of them how many corves they mined. Samko's hewers should be off work now. You'll find the other 2 shifts in the mine. Take this, so the guards will let you in. It's a letter of safe conduct bearing my seal, allowing you free movement within the mine.
And what are you going to do?
I'll return to the estate to do my job. What else? I reckon they must be wondering where I am by now. Once you find out how many corves the 3 shifts mined on the Feast of St. Petronilla, return to me. We'll compare that number to the entry in the mine book. And don't forget, don't draw attention.
Who owns the silver that's mined here?
All the silver in the Kingdom of Bohemia belongs to the king, whether it's above ground or still below it. Though I'm sure you understand, the king has a lot on his mind, and he can't be expected to worry about mining. So he leases out the mining rights to his tenants. It's called the Burgergal. There's a lot of money in it. The tenants have to pay the king, and the king also receives a share of the pure silver from the smelting works. That's the royal tithe.
What is this path of silver, anyway?
It's the whole process, from digging the silver ore out of the ground and processing it, to minting silver coins. Silver is found in ore veins underground. The pitmen mine it and get it to the surface. The chief foreman of a gallery counts the corves, and the assayer estimates the purchase price of the ore for the smelter. The raw ore goes to the smelter, where it's crushed in a stamp mill before it can be purified by roasting. Roasted ore goes to the furnaces, where it's smelted into raw and then pure silver. Silver is then cast into rods, about as thick as your little finger.
Can any silver get lost?
It can. And unfortunately, it does happen. It may be a capital offence, but even that won't deter everyone. Most often, a pitman tries to smuggle pieces of ore under his clothes. It doesn't end well. Nevertheless, the entire path of the silver, from the ore beneath the ground to minted coins, is closely guarded. Every step is recorded in the books, so if someone is stealing large quantities, they must have it pretty damn well figured out.
Who checks the royal share?
The royal mintmaster and his subordinates are responsible for collecting the royal share. That also means me and the shaft foreman. That is why every step of the path of silver is monitored and recorded. Starting with how much ore is mined. The smelting works owners don't have to be monitored as closely, since they buy the ore from us. It's in their best interest to get the highest possible yield after deducting the royal share.
Who makes money from all this?
The thing is, everyone does. Pitmen get paid for mining in the shaft. Mine operators get paid for raw ore. The smelters then smelt everything, sell the pure silver, and deduct the raw tithe. The silver rubs off on the hands of anyone who even touches it. But there's still enough left over for the king.
Who owns the mines?
The king grants mining rights to his loyal subjects, and these leaseholders can rent out their privileges to other people. All sorts of people operate mines in Kuttenberg. Nobility, rich burghers, even the monastery. In fact, Anyone with enough money to pay for new shafts to be dug can share in the proceeds.
Who's responsible for the mines?
The mines and the mint are supervised directly by the Royal Mint Master, Ulrich Vervark von Neuhaus. As the steward, I'm his direct subordinate. I oversee that everything runs smoothly on his behalf. Then come the chief foreman, then the other foreman, and finally the ordinary pitmen in the shafts. But I don't come in contact with them very often. We follow the path of silver until the moment an ore merchant buys the ore from us and takes it to a smelter.
How much do the mines pay to the king?
That depends on whether it's a royal mine or a mine in the hands of a mining guild, meaning the leaseholders.
I thought all mines were owned by the king.
That's right. But it's much more profitable for the king to grant mining rights to rich mine operators. They bear the cost of mining themselves and pay him a share. The king receives 1/3 of the profits from his own mines, but only 1/5 from the leaseholders. That's how he gets what's his from all the mining.
What about the other 2/3 of the profits from the king's mines?
Those go towards the costs, of course. For operations, wages, and shaft security.
Who's responsible for the smelting works?
They have their own owners. They buy ore from us and smelt it into pure silver. Then, they deduct the royal tithe, and they can sell the rest. And not just silver. Processing the ore yields a variety of other materials that can be sold just as well.
What happens in the smelting works?
Each smelting shop has a stamp mill, a roasting pit, and a smelting furnace. The stamp mill is used to crush the ore into smaller pieces to make it easier to process. After that, the crushed ore is roasted in a roasting pit to remove most of the impurities. Finally, everything is smelted in a furnace to separate the pure silver from the slag.
So it's processed similarly to steel for smithing?
Yes, but in steelmaking, you don't have to weigh and record every step thrice.
How are groschen made from the silver?
The royal share from the smelting works goes to the mint in the Italian court. There, the coiners hammer it out into silver sheets for cutting the coin blanks. Then, in the Italian court's preghouse, our minters cut out and punch new groschen.
How many mints are there in total?
Only the main one is left, the one in the Italian court. There used to be more of them throughout the kingdom, but King Wenceslas II united them all. It was he who contributed the most to the rise of the Prague groschen and the wealth of this region. And, of course, his own wealth, too.
By the way, I've had the honour of meeting your brother, Peter.
Well, well. Small world.
He was a great help to us at Suchdol.
Even though we had some disagreements, I respect him for everything he succeeded in doing. If it weren't for him, I'd never have been able to do what I do.
Where can I find your foreman, Paul?
What you doing here, kidder? Who let you in, bay?
I've got a letter of safe conduct from Christian of Pisek. He's my uncle. He sent me to see the mines and learn what his work is all about.
His graft? Heroin ain't his graft, kidder. That's books and papers.
I just need to ask your foreman a few things.
Our gaffer's gone down there to pray. I don't know if he'd be up for talking, but...
Why wouldn't he be in the mood for talking?
Young Jaybird, one of our marras, got scrushed the other day. He hadn't even had a full week on the graft, poor lad. It happened the day before the feast of Saint Petronilla. You'll find Paul at the lowest level by the roof fall. He's praying for the salvation of his soul. You'll hear the wind howling in the adit down there. It can be heard as far as that cursed road. I hear it's haunted. Don't fret, but Saint Barbara look out for you. See you later, my friend.
I'm sorry.
Are you Foreman Paul?
Hey! You walk like a ghost, kidder. You gave me a bit of a fright there. Hold on. I don't know ye. Who are you? And what are you doing so deep in the pit?
My name's Henry. Sir Christian sent me. I'm his nephew. He wanted me to learn about his job, so here I am. I hate to interrupt your prayers for a dead friend, but I need to ask you something.
He weren't just me marrow. He were my blood. I raised him from a nipper since my sister died. He kept begging me to take him on a shift, saying he was strong as a horse. Wouldn't have taken her like. And now, how can he forgive myself?
Come on, it wasn't your fault. Accidents happen. It's God's will.
I suppose you're right. Will you pray with me for his soul one last time?
Aye. I'll pray with you.
You're a canny lad. Repeat after me. Almighty and merciful God, our Father, you are the giver of gold, silver, bronze, copper, tin,
Almighty and
iron,
merciful God,
and all
our Father,
ores and metals.
you are the giver
I ask
of
that
gold,
you bless my brother
silver,
who has died in this
bronze,
mine.
copper,
and may
tin,
your holy angels save
iron,
his soul from
and all
damnation.
ores and
Bring his
metals.
soul to
I ask
eternal
that you
glory
bless my
through our
brother
Lord,
who has
our
died in
Saviour
this
and
mine.
Redeemer, Jesus
May
Christ.
your holy angels save
Amen.
his soul from
The
damnation.
angel of the Lord declared
Bring
unto
his
Mary,
soul to
and
eternal
she
glory
conceived the Holy
through our
Spirit.
Lord,
Hail
our
Mary.
Saviour and Redeemer,
Mary said,
Jesus
Behold,
Christ.
I am the handmaid of the
Amen.
Lord. Be it done unto me according to thy word. Hail Mary. And the word was made flesh, and dwelt among us. Hail Mary. Pray for us, O Holy Mother of God, that we may be made worthy of the promises of Christ. Pour forth, we beseech thee, O Lord, thy grace into our hearts, that we, to whom the incarnation of Christ, thy Son, was made known by the message of an angel, may by his passion and cross be brought to the glory of his resurrection. Through the same Christ our Lord. Amen.
So, are you going to answer me now?
Aye. Thanks for praying with me. Ask a boot out.
What is the work of a miner about?
What, it's a boot? It's about you in the face and hauling the ore to the bank in coves. Over and over again. Proper graft, that. Can be real dodgy, mind. Might even do you in.
Are deaths in the mine common?
Aye. But every death in the shaft is a waste. Whether it's in a crumple or black damp. Unfortunately, we still bury a yakker or two a month, you know. That's life, like.
How is the ore mined?
First, we have to survey the shaft and find ore. Then the place gets scored and set ablaze. We set up timber around. The hewers take their tools and start dinging rock and hewing ore. Nothing to it.
How much do you make doing this?
Depends on how much we hawk. How hard the rock is, how much ore's in it. It's not really worth it, though. Half a grosh and a corf isn't much of a fight.
So how many corves did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
That weren't a good day. Nobody was in the mood for ganning on after what happened to Jaybird. But even so, we managed to hawk 30 corves.
That's all I need to know.
Sorry.
Foreman Frank?
What you looking for, Sonny? Can't you see we're hewing?
Sir Christian of Pt.16 sent me. I'm his nephew, Henry. I'm supposed to see what the work in the mine is all about.
He's grooming a successor, eh? But you can't just amble around. You'll cap your creels.
I just have a few questions.
The more we gab, the less we gar. But make it snappy, man. What do you want to know, like?
What is the work of a miner really about?
What's it about? Bugger all, kidder. No great shakes. We gans through the roads, Bella. Hewing off from rock in the dark and breathing in the stithe.
How exactly do you mine ore?
Bloody hell. Have you never seen a yakka? You take a kevil and don't croak from the stithe, then you'll keel over from exhaustion or get scrushed by...
How much do you get for your work?
I'll tell you, man. Them deputies up at bank make a howfin' pile of chink. But us buggers, the ones doing all the graft, we earn a pittance.
Can you give me a more specific number?
Sometimes, not even half a grosh and a cough. That's near way to make a living, man.
How do you get the ore outside?
Same way it's hewed. In the dart and in coves. On top of that, you spend a lot of the bloody time on all fours. Once you get out by with the cough, you get a tally, and you can get back in by.
I wonder,
how much do you mine in a day?
That depends on how much ore you howk out of this or that face. It varies.
How much did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Less than kidder. Aren't you a bit too curious? Sir Christian himself can tell you how much he's got written down in the mine book.
Spill it, or I'll kick your arse. I want to know how many cores you mined on the Feast of St. Petronilla. I won't ask again.
I'll read easy, Mara. We're not gonna scrap in the mound, are we? I'll tell you, it was a good gar on the Feast of St. Petronilla. Our yakkers hewed 36 corves.
Thanks.
Nah, thank ye. Now leave us to hew, Mara. We've got a lot of graft ahead of us.
Take care.
Look out! The ceilings are low.
Are you Foreman Samco?
Aye, I am. Who's asking?
My name is Henry. Steward Christian sent me to you. I'm his nephew. He wants me to learn about his work.
Why should I care? Didn't you see we're off graft?
Sir Christian told me to ask about anything that interests me, and that you'll tell me.
Ah, Sonny, I'm so tired. I haven't even got the strength for gabbing. I wouldn't mind having a game of dice, but minus rules. Then I'll tell you everything. What'd you say?
All right, let's do it. I don't think I've played miners with a real miner before.
See? Kidder. There's a first time for everything. Let's crack on. Let the groschen roll.
God bless.
We'll see whose side luck is on today. My God.
Great game, Sonny.
Now will you tell me what I want to know?
Aye, ask away.
What is the work of a miner about?
Aye, that's a good question, Mara. Mostly about oaking. Any yakker'll tell you that. But proper rest is even more important than graft. You're as weak as a midgie without it.
So how do you rest?
Depends. Some have a kip, some a swally, some go whoring. As for me, I play dice.
How much do you make doing this?
Don't even get me started. The chink's bad, and it's getting worse. Half a grosh and a cough is no.
How many cores did you mine on, say, the Feast of St. Petronilla?
I can tell you exactly. All the yakkers were working, and we were getting along nicely. We managed to howk 34 corves, without skimping on hame time. First time in ages, that was.
That's all I need to know.
I hope I helped. If you need aught else, feel free to drop by.
Gepriesen sei der Herr.
You're the local ore merchant?
Na ja, I buy ore. And who are you?
My name is Henry, and I'm here by Sir Christian's permission. He's my uncle, and he's teaching me about his work.
Dein Onkel? You are lucky to get to learn here. The Horshan shafts are some of the most profitable in all of Kuttenberg. I am Hermann. If you have any Fragen, I am happy to answer them.
As an ore merchant, what do you do?
My job is to buy ore from the mines and resell it to the smelting works. Every day I count the amount of the ore mined and test its quality. That is why we are also called assayers. Depending on the quality, I then estimate the price at which I can sell the ore.
Do you buy silver together with the stone?
I do. You can only get pure silver from the stone in the smelting works. That is why it is important to know how much of it is in the ore.
How do you estimate the price?
It takes skill and experience. I go through a few coves, get some samples, and bring them down here to assay them. Then I estimate the ratio of silver to the waste and set the price according to the average.
And the price is always the same?
Nein. The price of the coves is determined by the highest bidder. The smelter that can pay the most gets it. The important thing is to keep an eye on costs, so we do not end up paying more for the ore than we get for the pure silver.
How many corves do you buy a day?
It varies. It depends on the rock that is being hewed. When you hew into hard rock, the yield is smaller than from soft rock, which crumbles with little effort, but there's little silver in it.
How many corves did you buy lately? For example, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Sancta Petronilla? Weiß nicht. Entschuldigung. I do not remember. You can ask Christian, though. It is all in the books.
I already know how many corves the crews extracted on the Feast of St. Petronilla. It was 100 altogether.
I see. Meanwhile, I looked in the mine book. How many do you think it says there?
I'd guess it's less.
Then you'd be correct. The book lists 90 corves extracted. That means 10 corves of ore disappear each day. But nobody could just come along and take them. We keep a close watch on everything. The unreported corves must be going out to smelting works with the rest of the ore. That means...
What does it mean?
That this is fraud of colossal proportions, and that Foreman Fett and Herman the ore merchant are in it up to their ears.
What are we going to do about it?
Well, we need to make them tell us more. But carefully. Being involved in the theft of silver is a capital crime, so it should be in their own interest to cooperate. Make sure to promise them no one will know about their crime. You can mention my name. When you've talked to them, come back to me and we'll figure out what to do next.
A word, Foreman.
Who are you, and what do you want?
I'm Henry, but that Sir Christian sent me.
Don't tell me one of the yakkers shot all over the outhouse in the yard.
I'm afraid it's a little worse than that.
Let Sir Christian handle it then.
To steal silver from the king is a most serious crime. Punishable by death.
Why are you telling me this?
I learned that the miners extracted no less than 100 corves on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the mine book says 90.
Do you think the yakkers know how to count? They're blockheads, and they like to show off. I'm sure they just exaggerated. Anyway, what's it to you? Don't you know, I work for Vavek, the mint master himself. I'm under his protection.
We both know something stinks about this. But you're lucky. Sir Christian says if you tell us everything, no one except us will know.
I've nothing to say to you.
If you don't want to get hurt, you should start talking. By keeping silent, you're just begging to get some bones broken. And be disgraced, because the truth will come out anyway.
Well, calm down a little. We don't have to fight. I'll tell you everything. As soon as I was made head gaffer, Amara, who works at the smelting works in Grund, came to me. He said someone wanted to talk to me. One of them. So I met this fella in the tavern in Grund, and he told me how it all works. How to cut the books like. He told me the trick was not to report some of the extracted ore, and transport it secretly to the smelters, along with the rest. He made it very clear, if I didn't play along, I could have an accident. There was nothing I could do.
Who was that fella from the smelter who came to you?
He never told me his name, even when I asked. He's a tall bloke, stocky, pockmarked. I don't scare easy, but this bloke was terrifying.
How long has this been going on?
For some time now, definitely. I heard even former head gaffer Kircher was in on it too.
Where can I find him?
You can't ask Kircher any questions. He fell down a shaft. They say he was drunk, but I don't think it was an accident.
Who pays you on the side? You have to pay the miners for what they actually extracted.
I get the extra chink from the smelting works. It's enough for the yakkers and for Herman.
Do you think the mint master, Ulrich Vavak, is behind this?
I don't know. I've got naught bad to say about Vavak. He treats me canny whenever he shows up. He says if Christian gives us hassle, he'd sooner replace him than me. He really said that. The mint master himself.
All right. Just carry on as if nothing's happened. No one must find out we know about the fraud. Christian won't give you any trouble, nor will anyone else. Is that clear?
Clear as a bell, Mara. I'll be silent as the grave.
We need to talk, Herman.
Was ist denn los?
Sir Christian sent me.
Discrepancy?
How do you explain that the miners extracted 100 cores of ore on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the book only says 90?
If it says 90, there must have been 90. The book does not lie.
Stealing the king's silver is a
I told you, I do not know anything. Foreman Fett counts the corves here. Go and talk to him instead.
Bit too late for that. He confessed to everything.
Ah, so you know it is not my fault. It was Fett's idea. He came to me saying we were going to deliver more corves to the smelters than we would report, and I would get paid for it. It was going well. I have always paid for what we put in the book. Then I got some geld from Fett on the side. On the Feast of St. Petronilla, I was afraid they would be able to tell the difference. 10 corves is 10 corves after all. Nobody at the smelting works cared at all. I am sure they are in on it too.
How long has this been going on?
Several months. Maybe half a year. About since Sigismund arrived.
Is Ulrich Vavak behind this?
The Mint Master? I have no idea. I am a mere assayer. I have never even met Vavak.
Sir Christian and I agreed to investigate the matter. Just act like nothing's going on. Keep doing what you're doing. We don't want to scare off the people who are actually responsible. You understand?
Yeah, I understand. I will be as silent as the grave.
I talked to Fett and Herman.
And? Did they confess?
They did. I mean, I made them. It's just as we thought. The trail leads to the smelting works.
Did you tell them to keep quiet and act as if nothing's happening?
I did.
Let's see what we've got so far. Those 10 unreported corves leave for the smelting works from here. If silver's going missing, that's where it must be happening. You'll have to go and look around, and talk to the owner, Buresh. I reckon that'll be tricky, though.
How so?
Buresh is a very cautious and clever man. I reckon he won't be happy to have someone snooping around his property. But he's the only one who can give you permission to walk round the smelting works without the guards bothering you.
Something like your letter of safe conduct. How can I persuade him to give me one?
Like I said, it won't be easy. Nevertheless, I found a way you could gain his trust, at least a little. You'll pretend to be a nobleman interested in buying some smelting works, who'd like to get a closer look at his operation.
A nobleman this time, then?
But be careful. Buresh won't be as easily fooled as the simple pitman here. You'll have to dress like a real nobleman. That means no plate armor, or, God forbid, bloody rags. But listen, don't carry a weapon. Buresh has a morbid fear of someone threatening him. That's why he has a bodyguard with him at all times. You must come to him dressed to the nines and act impeccably, so as not to arouse the slightest suspicion. In short, be charismatic as you can manage.
What should I wear?
Like I said, some decent clothes. I reckon you can imagine what those look like. If you don't have anything of the sort, visit a tailor in town. I'm sure he can sell you something. If you're charismatic enough, Buresh is sure to believe your intentions are good. And make sure you wash up before you go. You can't go and see him looking like some dung-soiled peasant.
What else should I know about the smelting works before I go?
In the smelting works, ore from the mines is crushed, ground, and then smelted. They extract silver along with all sorts of other materials from it. Then they give part of the silver to the king for the minting of groschen and sell off the rest, along with the other materials, to craftsmen.
What should I know about this Buresh before I talk to him?
He's the slyest fox of them all. He comes from somewhere in Moravia, and he moved to Kuttenberg a few years ago. He started to prosper soon after, and not even Sigismund's arrival stopped him. He quickly joined his side. Now he's doing better and better. But whether that means he's involved in something shady, who knows?
I got it. I'm ready to go.
Here, I've written you a letter of introduction to take with you and give to Buresh. I reckon he won't be thrilled, but he won't turn you down. Ask him discreetly, in passing, how many corves he took from our mines on the feast of St. Petronella. If my guess is correct, it should be 90. It still doesn't prove anything, but at least it'll give us a clue. You could get something out of the workers. One of them is bound to know something. When you're in the smelting works, keep your eyes peeled. I'm sure something is going on there. Good luck, Henry.
What's the hold-up, innkeeper?
Greetings to Christ. Pardon me.
It's a nice place.
I'm glad to hear it. The water's not too cold, is it?
No, it's just right.
Don't you want something to drink?
No, thanks.
You do have money, don't you?
Yes, don't worry.
At least that.
Water is flowing, dreams are going.
What do you want?
I need a bath.
And what are you interested
Do you have some pretty girl here?
My girls know how to make a fella happy.
What I really need right now.
All right, but money...
I'll gladly pay.
All right, then.
Next time, just do what you want to me, and that's that. I prefer when a fella leaves here satisfied.
Gelobt sei Jesus.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
What do you want?
Show me your weapon. Let's talk about... What would you...
Look. Thanks, and have a nice day.
What about your cows, neighbour? Did you manage to get them all back?
All but the heifer that got torn apart by wolves.
Ah, what a shame. But I warned you, there was no point hiding your cows from the eye.
I see some people just can't dress appropriately. What's this dirty beggar doing here? I don't talk to him.
There. Greetings. You have a kind master, eh, doggy?
What's this dirty beggar doing here?
good day.
Fuck that!
Christ, pardon me.
Hey, where's that?
Apparently, the city council has
Excuse me?
some collection for repairs to the fortifications.
Are they out of their bloody you out?
Nice!
They had 2 collections just like it already. There are still holes in the walls. That's true. But what good are fortifications you can't defend?
I'll tell.
God be with you, neighbor.
I apologize. What are you doing?
You should have fucking stayed out of it.
Was wünschst du?
What do you have for sale? I'd like to discuss...
Versuchen wir.
Do you accept...
Well, if... Aye. Pleasure doing business. Take care.
Guten Tag.
You silly doggy.
I see some people just can't dress appropriately. A poorly dressed yokel like you should only talk to other yokels. A poorly dressed yokel like you should only talk to
Apparently, the city council is organizing another collection for repairs to the fortifications. Are they out of their bloody minds? They had 2 collections just like it already, and there are still holes in the walls. That's true. But what good a fortification?
I'm in no mood for nonsense.
Closing! Last chance!
A wonderful day for a wonderful purchase. Who's here? Shoe repair! Repair while you wait!
Greetings.
Yeah, greetings.
I apologize.
A fine day for some fine wares. Come and...
Doors closing! Last chance!
God
I
bless
went
you.
to confession
Greetings
yesterday,
to you.
and that old priest...
Bottoms up!
Christ, what's the hold up?
When's the last time I ate something?
use to you.
Good dog. Good boy.
We're now open. Good morning. Come and have a look. Fresh goods here.
Yellow and red. The best on the market.
Good day to you. I'll be right with you. God be with you.
Show me your where.
Word about the well, I suppose. You won't. Yes. Thank you, and take care.
Sit.
Go on.
Ah! Good dog, Mutt. Show me.
Mother of God, that was terrifying. If it wasn't for you, they'd have torn me to pieces. Thank you, lad.
It was nothing, really. The main thing is you're safe and sound.
Nothing, you say? No, no. I have to repay you for your bravery. Here, for you, so that you don't forget me, and thank you again.
Greetings to you.
Why the hell do they pour the beer on the table?
Greetings, Master Buresh.
Nice clothes. You've got good taste.
Thank you, Goodman. Christian of P.16 sent me. I'm supposed to give you this letter with his testimonial.
Skellets, you say? That's where the royal mines are. Am I right?
You are. Unfortunately, the mining has ceased since King Sigismund's attack.
That truly is unfortunate. Christian writes that your family is interested in running a smelter. But I'm not selling any.
Well, I'd still be interested in buying one. Perhaps I could change your mind.
I doubt it. I'd be a fool to give up a profitable business. But if you like, you can visit one of my operations. I'll allow you that much. With this letter of safe conduct, you'll be able to move around unfettered. The guards will recognize my seal. But I don't want you disturbing the workers with any unnecessary questions. If you want to know anything, ask me.
How many corves of ore do you process here per day?
We don't measure in corves here. I have several ore merchants working for me. They buy ore from various mines. When they deliver it here, we don't measure it by the corf, but weigh by the quintal. We process a large amount here, up to several thousand quintals a day in total.
How much silver does that make?
That, of course, depends on the quality of the ore we process that day. 20 quintals of ore usually yield about a pound of raw silver. That then yields a hryvnia of pure silver. We can make between 100 and 200 hryvnias of pure silver per day.
Can any silver go missing from here?
That's impossible. Everything is carefully weighed and recorded. Every step is counted and checked. Besides, molten silver is rather hard to steal. Once it's cast into bars, we keep them safe under lock and key.
Can you tell me what happens with the mined ore in the smelting works?
We weigh in the delivered ore and crush it so that it can be sorted for roasting. Roasting mainly separates sulfur from the ore, which is why the place smells like hell itself. Then the roasted material is smelted in the furnace and the slag is separated from the matte. The smelting process is repeated until we're left with pure metal. It's then cast into bars that can be sold. After we've given the royal share to the king, that is.
How many corves were delivered from Horshan, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Why from Horshan, of all places?
I visited the mine there. They told me they'd extracted quite a large amount.
You're lucky. I have an excellent memory. It was a lot indeed. 90 corves.
God be with you, Goodman.
Don't forget, there are limits to my permission. And above all, mind you don't have an accident. Smelters are dangerous places. See you later, my friend.
Good day. I'm sorry.
What does your job actually entail?
You mean smelting? Well, In the scrusher, we scrush the ore brought from the mound and chuck it in the furnace. Then we shovel charcoal until the stone gets proper roasting and leaks all the metal that was hidden inside. We do that over and over in other furnaces till we get pure silver out of the ore.
How do you like working in the smelter?
Aye. Can't complain at all, sir. We get a nice pile of chink from the yield and we're dry and warm.
What can you tell me about Master Buresh?
I can't complain about him, sir. He's an honest bloke, and he pays us well, from what I've heard from the other smelters. It's a lot worse elsewhere, like.
Have you noticed anything suspicious around here?
Nothing. Nothing at all. I graft all day. No time for looking around.
Does any silver go missing from here?
Here? In our smelter? That would mean some of our lads are involved and... You get luck, Sonny. I don't want anything to do with this. Have a chat with Shima over there. He's not afraid of anything.
I'm sorry.
So this is how they crush ore in bulk. Quarf here, quarf there. Now I can see why no one found the large quantity strange. So this is how they crush ore in bulk. Quarf here, quarf there. Now I can see why no one found the large quantity strange. All the delivered ore is here in one place. Nothing suspicious. It looks like it must be pure silver that's going missing. Are you the fella they call Shima?
You have no business being here. What do you want?
I'm told you know something about the silver that keeps going missing from the smelters.
Me? I don't know what you were told. Meet me outside in a while. Now you'd better get out of here before the guards see you. Fuck. I have to have a piss. You take over here, lads. I'll be right back.
Well, can you talk now?
Who are you, fella?
Henry of Skalitz. Master Buresh sent me.
Master Buresh, you say? And why did he send you? He knows better than anyone. No silver can go missing here, and everything's well guarded.
Actually, I'm here at the behest of Sir Christian. Master Buresh doesn't know about this.
Oh. So it was actually the steward of the mint himself who sent you? The steward of the mint? And why did he send you? Because of a rumour. They say...
The silver must be going missing from here. I've been tracking it all the way from the mines.
From the mines, you say? Strange. One moment you tell me Buresh sent you, the other it's Christian, the steward. Why should I talk to you about such things? How can I know it's not a trap?
Look, I know my way around silver mining. I'm conducting an expert investigation. Justice is blind. If someone's bypassing the production process just to stuff their purse, they're hurting more than just the king. Especially you, the grafters, the yackers and smelters. And that pisses me off, because I'm actually one of you.
Right. I reckon you could be. Listen up, then. It's Volkmar. He's the head smelter. He's worked with us for years. Recently, he bought stables here in Grund, out of the blue. The entire stables. Where do you think he got the money? It's all very suspicious, because he's the one with the best access to the finished silver bars. If you want to find out where the silver keeps going missing, go to him. I'll bet you he knows a thing or two about it. But be careful, and keep a weapon close. People like him can be vicious.
Thank you. Are you Volkmar?
I'm not.
Horseshit. I know these stables are yours.
You must be the snoop who's sticking his nose in everything.
I beg your pardon?
Well, well, well. Don't think we don't know you've been snooping around. We've had our eyes on you ever since you came to Grund. Fortunately, Master Buresh warned me about you in time. Your investigation ends. Right here and now.
You shouldn't have stuck your nose in here, pal. Grund is ours.
Take him down!
Let's do it then. You'll all die. I don't care how many of you there are. I'll hack you to pieces. And my dog will finally get a proper meal.
Whoa, a tough nut. Where are you going, cowards? Go to hell. It's a wonder you're still standing.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you.
Are you
You.
I beg you.
Well thought. Your you take.
Let's do it then. I don't care how many.
Whoa! Where are you going, cowards? I'll get you. Hey! It's a wonder you're still standing. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Now, spill the beans. You're responsible for stealing the king's silver?
Not me. It's Buresh. If I didn't play along with him, I'd lose my job. All my life. It's true. As Volkmar is my name, I swear on everything that's holy.
Take it from the beginning.
As head smelter, I test the quality of the silver that's been smelted every day. I have unrestricted access to it. One day, Buresh came to me and said he had an offer for me. He said if I accepted, he'd make me rich. He gave me his man to assist me. I'd take some of the king's silver bars and add them to Buresh's yield. The books were cooked, so no one found out anything. Everything was going well, and Buresh was happy. A few weeks later, he sent me to the mines. I was supposed to make a deal with the new foreman, Fett, and pay him off. In the end, I had to force him to cooperate, just like Buresh forced me. Oh, with threats.
Why didn't Buresh take the silver himself? Why did he need you?
The Mint Master's men watch over the transport of the king's silver. They take turns. Buresh had it all figured out.
Aren't you ashamed to steal from the king?
And which king did I steal from exactly? Wenceslas or Sigismund? I didn't care, man. I earned some nice chink, and that was that for me.
Moving on, where does the unreported silver go?
There are mined-out shafts near Old Kutna, where nobody ever goes. Buresh has a secret mint in one of them.
They counterfeit coins in there?
Yeah, I suppose so. But what they actually do there, I've no idea. I've never been there. Buresh only told me about the mint a while ago. He wanted to send me there for some reason, so he drew me a map.
Did Buresh ever mention that Mint Master Vavak was involved in it?
Not in front of me. Maybe his guard, Little Neri, knew something. But you won't be able to ask him anything anymore.
Give me the map.
Yeah, if you take the road to Old Kutna, you'll reach the place where the abandoned shafts are. The entrance to the mint is somewhere around there. Look here. Can I ask you a question? Why are you doing this anyway?
That's none of your business.
I see. I won't. Now you have the map, and since I told you everything, will you let me go? Please? I know I wanted to. Please let me go. Please.
I'm quite sure you have caught.
Here. I'll go to Kuttenberg and get fixed up there somehow. And if we meet again, I'll make it up. You're a good, merciful man.